Welcome back to WrestleNewsmania. The SmackDown before Saturday night main event is over. It's time to recap the show. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more wrestling updates. Now, let's break down the action. Jimmy Uso opened SmackDown. The show began with Jimmy Uso limping his way to the ring, using a single crutch after his War Games injury. He reflected on family dynamics within the bloodline and spoke about being overshadowed by his twin brother. Before Jimmy could finish, Drew McIntyre blindsided him with a thunderous Claymore kick. Officials swarmed the ring to pull McIntyre away, escalating tension between the Scotsman and the remnants of the bloodline. Carmelo Hayes vs. Braun Strowman. Hayes faced a daunting challenge in Braun Strowman, who made his first appearance since returning. Hayes showcased his agility, attempting to outmaneuver Strowman, but the powerhouse overwhelmed him with his sheer strength. In under a minute, Strowman flattened Hayes with his signature finisher. While the match served as a reintroduction to Strowman's dominance, it raised questions about Hayes' direction, especially after his recent losses. Strowman's return hints at a renewed push, possibly positioning him for a dominant storyline. However, Hayes' continued losses might weaken his credibility unless WWE pivots him into a redemption arc soon. LA Knight vs. Solo Sikoa. In a heated singles contest, LA Knight sought revenge against Solo Sikoa, flanked by Tama Tonga and Jacob Fatu at ringside. Sikoa dominated much of the match, targeting Knight with relentless aggression. Knight mounted a strong comeback but fell victim to a post-match beatdown after a disqualification caused by Fatu's interference. Apollo Crews and Andrade tried to even the odds, but the new bloodline stood tall. The aftermath left Knight battered, setting the stage for a bigger confrontation between him and the bloodline faction. Knight's ongoing feud with the new bloodline continues to generate fan interest, but the heavy interference raises concerns about match outcomes feeling repetitive. This storyline might build toward a multi-man match involving Knight, Crews, and Andrade against the new bloodline. Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes confrontation. In the main segment of the night, Kevin Owens appeared on the Titantron from his car, delivering a scathing promo directed at Cody Rhodes. He accused Rhodes of being more compelling as Stardust, a comment designed to get under Rhodes' skin. Enraged, Rhodes stormed backstage, searching for Owens, only to be ambushed. Owens left Rhodes lying in the parking lot, standing tall ahead of their Saturday night's main event clash. This confrontation intensified their rivalry, adding more heat to their championship showdown. Owens' ambush builds anticipation for their match. The Stardust jab worked to highlight Owens' ability to use psychological tactics, while Rhodes' fiery reaction underscores his determination to silence his detractors. Now that we have recapped the show, let's look into the up, the down, and the ugly. The up. Kevin Owens' ambush on Cody Rhodes. The parking lot segment added a layer of personal animosity to their feud, creating must-see tension for Saturday's title match. This feud has been masterfully handled. Braun Strowman's return. Strowman's squash match re-established his dominance, positioning him as a future threat to SmackDown's roster. Drew McIntyre's attack on Jimmy Uso. McIntyre's calculated assault on Jimmy furthers his vendetta against the bloodline, teasing a larger story for McIntyre heading into 2025. The down. Match outcomes feel predictable. Knight vs. Sikoa ended with a disqualification, mirroring last week's interference-heavy bloodline segment. These finishes risk diluting fan investment in the storyline. Carmelo Hayes continued losses. Despite being a breakout star, Hayes is being booked in situations where he comes up short. Without a strong follow-up, his credibility could suffer. The ugly. Over-reliance on backstage promos. While Owens' parking lot ambush worked, the reliance on pre-taped promos like Roman Reigns' dockside segment made parts of the show feel disconnected. WWE needs to balance its use of live and pre-taped content to maintain the show's energy. This episode of SmackDown built storylines effectively for Saturday night's main event but suffered from in-ring action that felt secondary to promos and segments. The intense focus on advancing feuds like Rhodes vs. Owens and Knight vs. Sikoa ensured fans remained invested, but weaker match outcomes and repetitive finishes kept this show from reaching its full potential. Let us know what do you think of SmackDown before Saturday night main event. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and we will see you next time, WrestleNewsManiacs.